we got cut off, and to continue part 2, March 3, 2022, live from main headquarters in Holosulu. This is Queen Helen Abdurrajak Elizabeth III, together with Jamalul Kiram III, Raja Mamay, on this program, the Imperial Broadcasting of today. Raja Mamay, we continue and we cut off. Can you assert now as the Sultan of Sulu?
On 1st March 2022, I already give my authority to the Queen Elizabeth III, Queen Maria Makiling Helen Fatima Nazare Panulino Simulan Elizabeth III, to rule, because the woman will continue to lead, to control the world. For me, as the Sultan of Sulu, I only get the two positions, the religion and the defense. That is my authority, the religion and the defense. And the rest all to the Queen Elizabeth III, because my grandma Elizabeth II did not succeed to rule and did not fulfill his promise to the sovereign people, because he was controlled also by the Illuminati through his son Prince Charles, because Prince Charles is the most dangerous. That's why I think, Brother Prince Charles, you must now follow the rules and regulation, because you are going to make a drama, a political drama, that you will not let out the truth to come out. Anyway, the woman will lead again to continue to rule as Queen of Southeast Asia, not the man. This is the predicted by
Destiny.
God, the destiny by Allah, that the woman shall lead to rule, for the law to be an order. That's why I respect. No one is above the law. And our vision and mission with the Queen Elizabeth III, our way to sacrifice and the struggle for no enemy. Stop the black propaganda news. This news is not come. This is not true, because there is contact details which is High Court of Sabah to justify. The Putrajaya also cannot give the award of 63 billion RM, because they are not a country given name. I am the replacer of my great-great-grandfather as the young Pertuan Agong of Malaysia. I am the true one, because the rotation for 50 years is already expired. That's why Najib Pala, former Prime Minister, went to Sulu, they installed Terengganu. Najib went to Sulu, they installed Kelantan. Anwar Ibrahim went also to Sulu, they installed the President Agong now. That is a political Agong. I advise the government of Malaysia, if you want to be a country, recognize me as the great-great-grandson. Recognize me as the replacer of my great-grandfather, as the first and the last young Pertuan Agong of Southeast Asia. I am ready, but this authority by 1st of March 2022 already in the hand of Queen Elizabeth III. Barakat la ilaha illallah, barakat Sid Muhammad Rasulullah, wala hawla wala quwata illa billahi aliyuddin, walhamdulillahi rabbul alamin.
Magsukol, mahal na hari, King Mamay, Raja Muhammad Gamar Mamay Hassan Abdurrajak Sharif Al-Sultan Gamar bin Abdul Ghaffar Jamalul Kiram III, the current 34th Sultan of Sulu in North Borneo, overruling the mandate, the award of 63 billion to the heirs and successors claimant from the blood of Punjungan. That is precisely the main reason that Putrajaya, the High Court of Sabah, is contesting right now, not recognizing the court of France for pressuring them to award, because the king and queen of the Sulu Sultanate of the Southeast Asia, of Maharlika Kingdom of God, Lupasug Empire, is now in the position to do the inventory of all the central banks that has debt with Maharlika Kingdom of God. This is very timely because they had been persistently, consistently defying the truth by putting bad publicity so that the people would believe them, because there is a financial, putting it into TV, putting it into print news. So that's how they had been doing. So precisely the main point is like this. There is a law. There is the covert law, the Republic Act, the House of Congress, the House of Senate. There was a joint session, and that is called the House Bill 42, the House Concurrent Resolution number 42, giving that exact knowledge and the basis in 1950. This was signed by Pimentel then as the Secretary of the House. So it is given there, the concurrent resolution expressing the sense of the Congress of the Philippines that North Borneo belongs to the heirs of the Sultan of Sulu and the ultimate sovereignty of the Republic of the Philippines, and authorizing the President to conduct negotiation for the restoration of such ownership and sovereign jurisdiction over the said territory. The thing is, it was entrusted to the Philippines. That's why the complications, the conspiracy started with Diosdado Macapagal then, that is the so-called father of Gloria Arroyo. But the thing is, he is not the blood. She is not the blood brother, but the blood of Muhammad Hassan. That's why as a Bulkiya, she contested. She claimed also as the heir of the Sultanate of Sulu and North Borneo. Now, if she is behind this, because they were sent to school by the Sabah government, Muhammad Puad, as package, to claim Sabah as the Royal Hashemite Sultanate of Sulu and Royal Hashemite Sultanate of Sabah. The good thing is, and that is their problem, because the true signatory, the 327 years old, Ama Ali, Sharif Osman, Datu Ismail Mun Ali, Sultan Muhammad Ismail Ikram, the signatory of the Royal Hashemite, is alive. They have not anticipated that all their claims will fall into the null and void, because Ama Ali is finally documented and the will has been already given to England. So therefore, whatever this claimant do, all of them, and I can name them according to the documents forwarded to me. Number 1, Norina K. Fornan. 2, Fuad Kiram. 3, Sherman T. Kiram. 4th, Permaisuli Kiram Guerson. 5, Taj Mahal Kiram Tarsum Naki. 6, Ahmad Nasard Kiram Sampang. 7, Wids Rawunda Kiram Sampang. Therefore, you have a name, and you will be given the sovereign court summon for this matter, because even the government of Putrajaya is held liable to this, and even the government of France will be involved in this for giving that court, the Tribunal Superior de Justicia in France. So there's support in there. So remember in this caption that you are trying to get the session money. You have adulterated the law, the deed of 1878, because of your claim together with Nurmiswari as the Royal Armed Forces. However, the Royal Empire of Lupasug has prepared the 500,000 as submitted to General Pabayo. They thought it is just a dream. But now, with the upcoming of the war, so they are being prepared to do the counter-defense move if ever there is an aggression towards the sovereignty. What are you doing, claimants? Your lineage just came from Jamalul Kiram II, and you had been using Jamalul Kiram II when in fact the direct succession from the predecessor of law. He is himself the uncle of Raja Mamay. He is himself the uncle that had stood up in the deed of 1878 extension in Sandakan, and that is the 1903. You killed them by documents, by poisoning, and he lived up to his old age, died in Brunei. But accordingly, he is alive. And that is the main reason we are trying also to give consideration to Sultan Kasimuddin Jabalul Alam Kiram III, which now that's the one supporting the claim of Gloria Arroyo, and the brother Alnas bin Abdul Ghaffar that took the identity of the brother of Raja Mamay, of course, Gamar bin Abdul Ghaffar, Jamalul Kiram III. So therefore, you have your claim. But thanks be to God, and I thank precisely the President of the Philippines, Ferdinand Idrelin Marcos, for securing everything, the finance and the sovereignty. He bought us. We have a receipt to prove that he bought us, and we have the receipt to present to you so that the claim, the award of this cession money will become the null and void. You come to the main headquarters because you cannot get within 3 months. We will inventorize the Bank Negara. So you have that amount. Raja Mamay has 10 billion US dollars plus the 9 billion plus the 13 billion US dollar. What are you going to do? Because you cannot print money in US dollar without the approval of the Federal Reserve of America. This is now your problem because we are properly documented. This House Bill 42 that was signed in April 28, 1950, and I was able to talk somehow to Nene Pimentel when I was not yet the queen or the wife of Raja Mamay. So all of you, you are just concentrating on the session money, the 5,300 for the lease of the territory until 1936, and you said that you have been receiving up to 2013 wrong. It was stopped in 2006. Therefore, you can just imagine how you are trying to suit your claim. You are a claimant, and we are the heirs and successors. So therefore, your Sultan of Sulu, belonging to the claims, whoever he is, even if he is the brother of Raja Mamay, using his name, I am still in command. So therefore, you are using the null and void documents in claiming Sabah. We have dropped the claim in March 14, 2014, and it was submitted to the High Court of Sabah. That's why Tan Sri Mananjum now is appointed at the United Nations Security Council. He himself will be liable to the Sovereign Court. The Supreme Court of the Philippines is liable to the Sovereign Court. The Putrajaya if they will not come to the main headquarters that we are now situated, they will be in trouble with the ownership of the sovereignty. Nabili, we were bought back because Emilio Aguinaldo sold us to the Spanish government for 20 million US dollar. But thanks be to God, to President Ferdinand Idrolin Marcos for protecting the kingdom, the Maharlika kingdom of God. So therefore you cannot beat the truth. You cannot win. Now you are trying to sabotage publicity left and right because you know that you cannot get what you want unless otherwise we got destroyed. However, you cannot destroy the one that is given the authority by Allah, by God. And to you, Claimants Sultan, using the black propaganda of the MNLF, the claim of Nur Miswari, and it is clear right now how I can link the war of Russia to the war in Lanao, that is the unfinished war, using the military of the Philippines. Duterte in conspiracy with Putin and Malaysia and the heirs and successors of the Claimant Sultan, and it is now. So he has been delaying the tactics in trying to cover us, but now it is all just a reason, a basis for me to fight more, to extend more, to expand more the rule. Because if they could have been listening to me, the BARM could be assisted well, but not now, because you have already reached the saturation point that you need to be put into justice. You see how these leaders of Miswari, using the mouth of the President Rodrigo Roa Duterte, listen, Malacanang, listen, military, listen, Bangsamoro, you had been put into the limelight. The background of Vatican is there. That means you even sought the support of the Pope. If you have sought the support of the Pope, therefore, the Malaysian government is in support into this. You see, you have been spreading the news in the ground. And it says this way, on federalism, PRRD said, without federalism, there can be no peace in Mindanao. It would mean dismemberment of this country to the Republic of the Philippines. So, you are using the authority as the author, as the owner of the sovereignty, but with the MA 63, you are classified as the trustee. You are the safeguarding, the guardian of the sovereignty. With the receipt that I got from the office of the administrator of Maharlika Kingdom of God, I can fight well because I am legitimate. I am having the good documents to fight you all. To continue what this document has been spreading in the ground using Duterte, he said, as part of this article of faith, he said, I have no friend to serve. I have no enemy to harm. On MNLF, he said, MNLF is above martial law. He advised AFP and PNP, don't touch Chairman Nur Miswari. Don't touch MNLF. On MNLF Chairman, Professor Nur Miswari, he has the influence, the only moral leader recognized nationally and internationally, and has the structure. On the other hand, he said, I will return the land to the Muslim, which they owned for centuries, and the victims of historical colonial injustices. The Bangsamoro can have their own country. I don't want to build a nation over the bones of AFP, he said. Meaning, he really disliked war, And MNLF is the black operator spreading this one. Now they have pictures that they had been roaming around getting alliances. So now that they have put out this in the major print media, so we can send notices that they are allying to the claimants but not to the heirs and successor, using on the premise of the heirs and successors. So they were just given and they were demanding a compensation of 14.9 billion USD. Raja Mamay has the money of 10 billion USD, plus the 9 billion, plus the 13 billion sent by King Abdullah. So Raja Mamay has more than enough to buy you claimants, which that money you also made use by using Abu Sayyaf, by creating Abu Sayyaf together with Fidel B. Ramos. So you cannot. You have adulterated the 1878 agreement, and you took even the arbitration of the court in Paris, France. Gonzalo Stampa, you will be under the jurisdiction of your country, but you have violated the sovereign court of the 7 Makdum of Indanan Sulu under the Royal Imperial Lupasug Islamic United Kingdom of Sulu and North Borneo, and by the Maharlika Kingdom of God Lupasug Empire. You were trying to say that the violation of the Malaysian government signed by Jamalul Alam, Sultan of Sulu, with Baron Overbeck and the founder of the British North Borneo, Alfred Dent, in exchange of pearls, bird's nests, and other natural resources. And just imagine you were just getting 5,300 and you fought in Tribunal Superior de Justicia in France because of this cession money. You are a claimant trying just to get the 5,300 and the totality is 14,000.9 billion USD, and now using the media to fixate the people that you are the true Sultan of Sulu. Whoever you are, you will be liable to the sovereign court with Queen Helen Elizabeth III. Now this is the very reason that you have been trying to assert through the killings, through Sabah standoff, Zamboanga standoff, 44 Sapmen sacrifice, and even use the Pope to come to Philippines so that you will be recognized as the Bangsamoro country. And now you are continuing your lost, unfinished mission with Marawi in conjunction, in relation to the war with Putin, because the last time that Duterte declared he was in Moscow together with Putin. Just imagine, it is now clear the conspiracy is with you, Office of the President, the trustee of the sovereignty, together with the trustee, the administration Putrajaya. Now you will be in hot water because the king of Southeast Asia is seated in Putrajaya, in Malaysia. So therefore, you cannot just simply do this and you will be held liable. And the black propaganda using the mouth of president is that you are more than martial law, MNLF, when in fact we dissolve you upon the coming out of the constitution of the Royal Empire of Lupasug. You are only the soldier of the Sultan of Sulu. You are not above the law. Now this is the clear manipulation from the office of the President of the Philippines, but now you have no more authority because it is now called Maharlika Kingdom of God Lupasug Empire. Now with your claim, sad to say, within 3 months, but today, you cannot get it anymore because I myself will be the one to put the inventory to the Malaysian government and to the Bank Negara, which they owed 100 billion USD with the Maharlika Kingdom of God Lupasug Empire. That is only the basic money that were loaned to you, not including the interest. And now I have to put out the 100 trillion USD assigned in the name of the Queen Maria Helen Abdurrahman. I am an Abdurrahman before I was born. Now that is one thing you did not realize, that I am the blood of the 7 Makdum to 1 Abdurrahman. Ama Ali is the embodiment of the 7 Makdum. He is alive. That's why somebody went up here in the premise that there will be a boom. But this is not the thing that we would like to know. I have to play my game. But I told Raja Mamay, precisely they have an intention to see you and to validate if you are alive, if I am still alive, or Ama Ali is still alive. Just imagine how they manipulated the law, how they manipulated just to fix their claim, just for the sake of 62.6 billion. You have to destroy the credibility of the king and queen. You will be sorry for this, because the law and order, the royalty law by the sovereign court of the 7 Makdum is installed and restored and re-established with the king and queen. So this is the reason why I am here, to put that into justice. The divine justice shall be yours. This is not an ordinary explanation right now, but at least the world would know that your claim is null and void upon the coming of the true heirs and successor, direct from Queen of England, indirect from Jamalul Alam, Jamalul Kiram, and the living witness, Sultan Muhammad Ismail Ikram. So all of your documents are all null and void because the living witnesses are alive. President Ferdinand Idrelin Marcos and Sultan Muhammad Ismail Ikram. Let it be known to the world then